What's up, y'all? It's Ashley.
It's Melody.
And Cody here, and you've tapped into
The Mama's Den.
Hey mamas, welcome back to the Mama's Den on your favorite day of the week, Monday. We are so happy to have you guys back with us this week. And this week we are talking about how 2025 has been and what we are grateful for and what got us through 2025. I'm Melanie Fiona. I have two kids, Cameron, who's 9, and Kaya, who is 3, almost 4.
You did that. I'm Cody Elaine Oliver. Hey, y'all. I have 7-year-old twins, Aristotle and Langston, and a 9-year-old named Brooks, which is my maiden name.
That's lovely.
Fun fact.
I am Ashley Chia. I have 4 daughters. Amira Lee, who is 16. Azar Lee is 9. Asia is 7. And Natalia is 4.
And they're also all Lees.
Yeah, Amira Lee, Azar Lee, Asia Lee, and Natalia Lee. That's because Brian's middle name is Lee. And
Who's Brian?
my husband. That's crazy. And my name is Ashley. Get it? Ashley, Brian Lee.
Oh, very clever.
All the Lees. Clever, we're clever
Wait,
people.
You're like Kris Kardashian.
Okay. Well, I'd love her money, so I'll take it.
Wait, how was Cameron named?
Cameron was named, we had a bunch of names that were kind of floating around. And we went down to Florida where Jared's parents lived, and Jared's godmother, Aunt Annie, shout out to Aunt Annie. Fun fact,
Annie.
my godmother's name is Annie, my godfather's name is David, and so are his godparents.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
We
That's
discovered that
weird.
earlier on in our relationship. But his Aunt Annie came over and saw me with my little belly, and she just walked in one day, and she said hi to everybody. She's like, hi, Jared, hi, Melanie. And she goes, hi, little Cameron, in my belly. And Jared and I looked at each other from across the room, and we're like, yeah, that's the name.
Wow.
That's his name.
Oh.
All the names that we had before went out the window. We didn't even entertain anything. It was immediate. As soon as she said, hello, Cameron, we were like, that's his name. I was maybe 5 months pregnant.
That's cool.
Yep.
I love a little story like that. What? Where'd you name your middles from? We already know Brooks' name.
Sure, I'll give it to you, but I just need you. You're giving me sleepy.
Did I fight
You're
for my
giving me
life?
sleepy.
It's giving gummy, Ashley.
It's all right. It's giving gummy, Ashley.
Gummy, Ashley.
I wish the reason why I was tired is because I took a gummy. I wish.
Well, okay. So
Here
Aristotle
I
and
go.
Langston, I'm gonna give it to y'all. Ooh, okay. I'll give you the shortest version I can. Tommy and I fought over Brooks' name for pretty much 6 months of the 9.
I remember this.
Brooks is my maiden name. There was a time that Tommy wanted a junior. We went back and forth about this for a very long time. Ultimately, when the child was born, we had decided he would be Thomas Edward Oliver Jr. But when he came out of my body and they came in and they were like, what's his name? Tommy said, Brooks.
Wow.
And I had learned enough about Tommy at that point in life to not say, are you sure? And I said, okay.
Yep.
And he can explain the why he decided to go that route one day when we have him on the show. But as such, when I was pregnant the second time, we knew he would name that child. We find out it's twins. And he's like, well, I get to name the second pregnancy. What?
Wow.
Like he gets to name both of them. I'm like, this is not fair, but I'm going to chill because I got Brooks, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So he comes up with Alexander and Aristotle because Aristotle was Alexander the Great's mentor.
Okay.
And Aristotle was baby A and Alexander was baby B. And I was like, cool. If we're going to name them after historical figures, can we throw a black person in the
That's
mix?
what I just whispered. I was like,
You know I can't be me and that be the names for that reason.
that's deep.
So you didn't know this?
No, I remember the Brooks story, and I do remember. I don't
Alexander
remember
the
their
Great.
initial names being named after Caucasian men.
Alex, well, I do. And so I gave him a list of black historical figures, and Langston, of course, was on that list, and that is how Langston got his name. Tommy picked it. I didn't pick it. Tommy picked it from the list.
Langston Hughes.
Yes, of course.
And Aristotle is still
Aristotle, the one and only.
the white Aristotle?
Yeah, the philosopher.
Oh.
I got one. You know what I'm saying?
That's okay.
He named the second
You
pregnancy.
get what you get. You don't get upset.
Yeah. Fun fact though, when I had them, my favorite part of postpartum is like watching a whole lot of television and
Yeah.
just like feeding the baby and sleeping. And I watched Quincy, the movie about Quincy Jones, the documentary, and I was like, damn, that's a good one.
Oh, Quincy would have been good. Quincy would have been good.
It's a good name.
You know, if I had a son, I was going to name him Bilal.
Oh, yeah.
He was the first person that gave the Muslim prayer. Or I was going to name him Khalil.
I like them
Neither
both.
of those things happened.
Well,
I had
because you have
daughters.
4 daughters.
Yeah. So
Would have been
they all have
Bilal Lee?
Arabic Hebrew names.
Khalil
biblical.
Lee?
Khalil Lee. Can't you imagine how cute he would have been?
He would be
I would
so
have called him
cute.
Little Lil.
Little Lil.
Little Lil.
That's hilarious.
Oh, maybe my grandson in
my
another
gosh.
life.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sure.
You had a name for your daughter that never came to fruition.
Yes. Zoe.
She would have been
Zoe
cute.
Elaine.
That is your daughter.
That is my daughter.
That is your daughter.
That is your daughter.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
well.
thank you. Thank you for honoring that.
Yes.
I always had thoughts of having, well, one, I never thought I was going to have a daughter. So.
Well, that happened.
Or a second child.
The second name Jared always had for a son was Cal.
Just,
Why?
just by it's just
He
Cal.
just liked Cal.
Cal the
Calvin.
pal.
Calvin.
Oh,
He liked the
okay,
name
I was-
His
Calvin.
cousin's name is Calvin.
He loved the name Calvin. He's like Cam and Cal. Like I
Okay, I
see
get
it,
it.
right?
That's
I
cute.
could see that.
And then when we found out it was a girl, I always loved the name Kennedy.
Oh,
However, and mad love to all the Kennedys out there. When we named Cameron, we just loved the name Cameron. When we found out the meaning of Cameron, it meant crooked nose.
in every culture.
Right, there's got to be a language
It's
where
English. It's just English. It meant crooked nose. And we were like, oh, okay. Well,
And y'all
that
didn't
ship
look
has
that up
sailed.
before you named
Nope.
him.
We just,
I haven't
Because you
looked
just
up.
loved it so
we
much.
just loved it. We were just
Yeah.
like Cameron.
Yeah.
It's such
And
a great
that's
name.
okay.
Cam.
Yeah.
We love it.
Well, he gets his name his own
So
meaning.
then I was like, well, Kennedy, like I love the name. Kennedy translates to deformed head.
Oh my God.
And I was like, can't do it. We can't have crooked nose and deformed head. Can't do it.
who is naming these names?
People just, I don't think everybody.
one's associating it
I
in
don't
that
think
way.
But
everybody
like, why
associates
is
it.
that the meaning of that name
I
anyway?
don't know, girl.
That is
Back in the day, if you were a
insane.
Kennedy,
what's that
I
even
guess
mean?
that's,
Is that
I
like
don't know
Latin?
what
That
it,
poor family was cursed.
I don't know what it
Jesus.
meant. I was like, we're not doing
But not
Kennedy.
anymore.
But I love the name Kennedy for a girl.
They still are that descendant that's still here, wrecking havoc. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
wrecking.
Reeking.
Wrecking.
Okay.
Wrecking.
Both of them.
Wrecking.
I think we're all stalling from the trauma. No, I'm just kidding. We have had an interesting 2025, but we also are acknowledging that we have gotten through it.
Yeah.
And
Take me through that.
take me through that. I think that was a good transition. Thank you, Ashley. I want to say, for me, friendship, like literally using my friends, my network, like truly asking for help or just venting
Yeah.
has been my saving grace. I think this year I have tried very hard not to hold things without sharing them, like getting them out of me some kind of way.
Good.
And so I'm really, really grateful to like all the people who have just like listened. And I have a like longtime therapist that I wasn't seeing for a while. And this year I had to call her, praise God. And I'm grateful that I took that step as well. Cause it wasn't like sometimes it feels like I don't even have time to talk to somebody new for an hour a week or whatever
Yeah.
it is. And so I would say those are things that have helped me through this year. But I want to know for you guys, we've gotten to the end almost. Like, what would you say has been your saving grace and also your thorn, right? Like,
Do you have a thorn?
I mean, I've been talking about my thorn for the last 6 months. Thorns,
Yeah.
my thorns, business,
Business.
the administration,
Child.
my home, which I should be getting into soon.
Yes.
Is there an and? I don't know.
That's enough.
Yeah, let's just go with
Not
that.
the way the eyes went.
Let's just go with that.
Down the
So many
list.
things everywhere.
Right. And so, yes, I do feel like I have, shared a lot about all of those things lately. And I feel like y'all said some things that surprised me recently, especially you, about like the state, is it the state of your career? Like where you feel like you are and should be,
Yes,
want to
you.
be.
Who's you?
Melanie. That's
Melanie, that's me.
Thank you, Ashley.
So the thing that has gotten me through this year is my family, my children, my husband. This year we placed a big focus, I think, on quality time. and making memories and trying things and going on adventures as a family. And I think that that really gave me a renewed sense of what's truly important in life. I also put out a project earlier on this year. It was the
Hey.
first musical works I've put out since 2012.
Wow.
A lot of people don't know the journey of what happened from 2012 to 2025, which is okay, other than the fact that I had kids and I got married. But professionally, I went through a lot of professional heartbreak, dismantling, lawyers, contracts, ownership, rights, masters, lawsuit, all these, just so many things. And to put out that project in April of 2025, it's called Say Yes. It's a 6-song EP. It's really, really good. You should listen to it.
very
I'm so
good.
proud of it. Releasing that project was such a huge check mark on my to-do list for many reasons. One, it was this project and this body of work that has been living inside of me for so many years that I've wanted to come out. It is a representation that has overcome fear, doubt, insecurity, time, space, all the things. But it's also a gift of mine to just say, follow through, release these works. There's no expiration on good music. Put it out, follow through on this goal you set out for yourself. So it was very, very like a huge sigh of relief. And what a great rollout it was. All the outlets, the Today Show, everything that we did to put that project out to get there, I'm very, very proud of that. But what it did create was the thorn. It did create the thorn. And the thorn, I think, is me reevaluating my place and my purpose in music. Dun, dun, dun. Right? A lot of people in the interim of me putting out my last project said, well, you stopped doing music. I never stopped doing music, right? I just wasn't I just didn't put out a project.
Right.
Yeah.
I was still working. I was still doing shows. I was still touring. I was still, there was a song here and there that came out. But it wasn't in the mainstream way of when I first put out my projects and people knew the music and there were songs charting and Grammys and blah, 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 blah. And I was okay with that. I was never chasing that. But the landscape of the entertainment industry at this point in my life is extremely soul-sucking. And I think I've always known that, which is why even at the peak of my success as a younger woman in my days, with my first 2 projects, I always felt like I never belonged. This has always been a thing. It's always been a thing.
Belonged in the business, belonged in the.
Belong in the ether of entertainment. I love singing. I love making music. I love performing. I love the fans. I love making an impact and traveling and doing that and really making people feel and heal through music. But unfortunately, that we've gotten, in my opinion, very far from that in the music industry when it comes to the reverence of what music really is in music now. It's a lot of other things. We're musicians and art and talent is just not enough. It's
Yeah.
just not enough
Yeah.
anymore. And I'm a mom. I'm a mamacita. I'm a mommy. And I value my energy and I value my talent and I value the quality of what I want to create and I value the people who value that. And I recognize that the system as a whole, there's just a lot of noise within it. And so I don't want to fight through that anymore at this point in my life. I don't want to have to prove to people. I feel like I've done that.
Yeah.
Okay? Subtle flex, light flex, heavy flex. I've done it.
Right.
As far as the accolades, there's Grammys, there's #1 records, there's worldwide tours. I've done it. Whether people have noticed or I ever became the biggest household name, it was never about that. It was about me and defining what success means for me. And what success means for me now is my peace and feeling great about what I create and what I do and being valued and knowing my value and being
Yeah.
valued for that. And so we talked about this, and that's why these last 6 months I've been very specific about what I've been saying yes to. And it's ironic because the project is called Say Yes, and that is my mantra. It's like, say yes, do the work. You don't have to say yes to everything. You got to know when to say no. But being able to say yes, and so what I'm saying yes to now is the evolution of who I am and all the things that I want to create within music and outside of music. And I no longer feel like it's being in the music business more so than having business in music, if
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
And that's shifting my perspective. And I just keep saying that. I keep saying those words. And again, actively performing, servicing the fans, giving them the art. But how do I want to do that? And who do I want to reach? And what does that look like? And so there's just so many things. The Mama's Den here, we've been elevating this motherhood component of my life. I want to authentically be myself for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to wear too many different hats at different times. I want to be my authentic self, and the intersection of motherhood, music, and wellness is where I've always saw myself for the remainder of my life. So that's what I'm building.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm putting my energy in towards. And so that feels a little scary, and it also takes time. It's not something you just wake up and build overnight. But as I've shared in a previous episode, I'm really allowing God to lead me this year. In the last 2 years, I think my connection with God has been, I've been working on that more and more and more, so much more in a stronger, more intentional way. And I think that's that with the work and the alignment of doing what makes me feel good and what I feel is aligned with my purpose, creating the music the way I want to create it, getting it to the people how I want to create it, not comparing it to a version of my previous self or any other version of any other artist that's out there, because everybody has a different story. It is really about curating my life the way I want to feel about it and letting that be the journey. And so that's what's carrying me through.
Is it hard to not compare it to previous versions of yourself, or are you at a point where you're just like, absolutely not, I'm just me today?
Yeah, I've arrived there now. Yeah. I think before, especially after having Cam, I had a lot of anxiety about my body changing and, you know, what does that look like and how do you get back to that? How do you manage having a child and going on tour and doing all these things? And now, you know, it's like, do you want to grind and be on the road for 28 weeks out of the year with 2 small children? Do you want that? Some people want that.
Yeah.
Maybe I want that, maybe I don't. I'm not going to say no to anything and rule myself out of any conversation. But I think I'm really okay with knowing the truth about who I am and being really proud of the success that I think I've amounted for myself.
Yeah.
This is why whenever people are like, oh, I didn't know it was you, that's fine. I didn't expect you to know it was me. I don't expect people to see me walking down the street. I've never wanted to be the person that couldn't walk their kids to school. I've never wanted to be so famous that you lose a sense of yourself with privacy and a space of feeling normal.
Yeah.
I've never wanted that. And I don't feel that way. I don't feel like, again, like I said, I'm not chasing this version of myself anymore. I know what it is. My kids can see who that is. There's also so much more life to live, God's spare life. So I just am excited to become more of myself. It's already written.
Yeah.
I have no doubts on that. So that's why I'm just like, wonderful, how beautiful that I've been able to accomplish and do such things up to this point. And now I feel very excited about allowing myself freely with permission to become more of myself.
That's beautiful.
Love.
I love that.
That's it.
Oh, what was the question?
What's your thorn?
I'm tired. I don't even know where I am anymore.
What's your thorn this year?
My thorn.
You want me to remind you what you said to us?
What did I say?
That you don't know who you are anymore.
But that's not my thorn. I would say my thorn is the administration. That's been my thorn this year, if I'm being honest. Just
For sure.
all of the things that are happening overwhelmingly in the world stress me out all the time, every
Yeah.
day. Every time I open my phone, I'm like, ugh, as
Yep.
soon as I wake up, it's
Yep.
terrible. So that honestly would be my thorn. And that just affects me deeply because I just care. And I am also a person who grew up using food stamps and having to. So just, I don't like to see people struggle. That's just something that really deeply irritates me and bothers me. It doesn't have to be that way. So I think that's just constantly looming over my head, and then it
For sure.
prevents me from like being present, you know, and then honestly just like appreciating your own blessings because you feel bad. Then you're like, where can I shop where I won't feel guilt that I'm giving the man my money, but it's so easy to get the stuff shipped overnight and you just feel guilty. So I would say that's probably like one of the biggest things for me is just trying to live consciously in a way that makes me feel good about the choices that I'm making as just a human being. And then I don't know who I am anymore, but I don't know who I was anyways. Like
Let's break it down.
No, I mean, I've constantly, when I thought about it and I think about it, I've constantly just shifted all the time. Like I thought I was a dancer and then I became a mom. And then I thought I was a mom and then I became a writer. And I thought I was just a writer and then I became a community person with Moms in Color, you know, and we're doing mom events and it was great and amazing. And then I became a podcaster. And then, so I feel like I am all of these things, but I really thought about it. I told Chia this. I always said this and I've always continued to say this, but I said, where is the job where you just get paid to just like make things better and then you can leave? Like that is the job that I want. I don't want something where I have to be there all the time. Like I just want someone to call me and be like,
You want to be Olivia Pope?
no, I want to be Solange. I want to be Solange.
Okay, I think I see what you're saying.
I love her life. I love how she's just like, okay, I'm going to do an orchestra. Done with that. Okay, I'm going to do an art exhibit. Done with that. Okay, I'm going to be a college professor and teach about music. Done with that. Like to me, she has the ideal life. Like that is, I couldn't put a finger on it when I was growing up, but that is how I envision my life. Like just all of the things that I'm really passionate about that I think are really dope. Like I just get to do them and then exit.
I like that. I can actually see that.
Yes, it makes the most sense. I'm like, okay, just partnership with Nike, make a sneaker. Okay, bye. Like I don't want to work for anybody every day. I just want to do work with Lego. Let's create a dope Lego building set. Okay, I'm done with that.
But
do you know what I mean?
But I think to that point, even in that is off of what I said, Solange is like a perfect thing on the vision board as far as like artists and creatives. It's like she is building and forging her own path. In business, in creativity, and in her art. And I think that that's kind of the calling that we all want for ourselves.
Some people don't. You mean us on this podcast?
Yeah, the three of us here. I think because we do feel the thorn of the systems at place, the industries that we're within, the administration we are living under, it becomes more apparent that community and forging your own path to live your desired personal life is the sanity that you need, is the peace that you need, is the bloom of the thorn. Is the bloom of the thorn. And so, like I feel you on that.
Yeah, I think I look at my mom. My mom was probably like the first Solange, minus the money. But she has always just lived her life very freely and did exactly. And I used to get upset with her growing up. And being honest, I used to be like, you don't want to be like some of these other moms and have like this super important job and make a ton of money. And my mom was like, no, I don't. I want to make jewelry. And I want to make fish sandwiches, and I want to grow a community garden, and I want to homeschool, and I want to braid people's hair. And she has, and I want to draw. My mom is an artist. Like that's where Mira gets it from. She's a visual artist. She can paint really well. And she just does what she wants to do. Very Aquarius. And she's just like going with the vibes. And I used to think it was irresponsible, if I'm being honest, because I think too, when you grow up poor, you just believe that being rich is the answer. And it's really not. Money, everybody needs it. But actually we don't. You know what everybody needs? The ability to live. Everyone needs health care. They need access to education. And those things don't have to cost money. That is a choice. Government is a choice you're making. So like everyone needs access to be able to live and exist. And if they're sick, get care. But everyone does not want a mansion. And everyone doesn't need one. Some people want a farm. Do you know what I mean? Like my mom was very clear. Like I want to do the things that bring me joy. And I'll make whatever amount of money from those things. And she's still happy. She's homeschooling my kids. She helps my friends with their kids, tutoring. She's very happy. And I envy her because she's very clear on she has always been very clear on who she is. And she has never wavered, never conformed, and never cared what anybody has ever thought about her to this day. The girl got a braid going down the back of her, and I just don't understand why. I don't understand why. And it brings her joy. It brings her joy. And I just be looking like, why? But then I'm like, why not? That braid brings her peace. Do you know what I mean? Like she just does what she
I
wants
would
to
describe
do.
you the same way right now. That doesn't mean you've
Yeah.
always been that way, but I would absolutely say you do what you want. You don't care what anybody thinks about it. If you wanted a braid down your back
would.
and no other hair on your head, that's what you would have.
I'm becoming my mother.
We all eventually become our
That's
mothers.
insane.
Oh,
I used to
man.
judge her so much, and I am my mom. But honestly, like I think it was like when I was like around 39, 40, and I was just like, well, I'm still 40, but I just was like, wow, my mom understands the meaning of life. Like you just need to find the things that bring you joy and figure out how you want to live comfortably, and then just stay there, and don't let other people influence you, because that's where you start to become unhappy. But she's just like, no, like just, I don't care about, my mom will literally be like, I do not care about that. I'll try to buy her stuff. She's like, what do I need that for? I don't need that. I'm fine. I'm perfectly happy with what I have. And I'm like, okay. So I think that I want to figure out how to monetize my joy and the things that I love, but also I know my purpose is my daughters, and I've always said that. I know my purpose is raising my daughters and being an amazing mother to them. I also know that my purpose is helping women, and I do that every day by talking to my friends. So like I'm fulfilling my purpose 1,000%, have never questioned that. I know why God put me on this planet, very clear. With my talents, I would love to make more money from my talents for sure.
Yeah.
Like my creative eye, of course, still want to have the TV show, you know, but I was like, maybe I pivot from that. We just do some shorts or something. Like literally my neighbor is an amazing director and he's super cool. Shout out to Josh Gessie. So I was just like, we should just shoot some stuff together, you know? So I just feel like letting go of the idea of how to create and being open to doing things differently and just being okay with that and not having an expectation of stardom or a certain type of money, because I do believe that when you live in an aligned way and you continue, it manifests itself the way it needs to. And I don't like to say God will provide, because that sounds crazy, because there's people out here really suffering, and then one could say, well, he ain't providing me for me right now, you know? So I don't want to say it in that way, but if we're specifically talking about just career and not like people being bombed every day for no reason, do you know what I mean? I do believe in that way that if you continue to stay aligned within yourself and your truth, that it will take you to the path that you're supposed to be in.
Yeah, I just thought about like social media as a microcosm of real life, because social media is not real life.
I love the word microcosm.
Let's use it like 3 more times. And you know how like when talking to influencers or influencer agencies or whatever, it's like you have to create the content that you want people to pay you for.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The reality of like showing up and doing the things that you're passionate about, whether you're being paid or not,
Yep.
brings the boys to the yard, brings the coins. And I was thinking about everything that you were saying, and even the Solange and the orchestra of it all, and just thinking about, look, I'm not trying to put nothing on Debbie Allen and them, but the way you show up for not just your daughters, but the whole damn school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you should be being paid. Like you basically work there. And I
But
don't.
girl, hold on now. I just want to clarify. Everybody, all the mamas that show up do that, and it is a nonprofit, so send them money.
All of that.
Yes.
And so it isn't, that's what I'm saying. It's not necessarily about them.
Yes.
But the way in which you show up and the way, I don't know them, but I'm sure they show up well too.
Yeah, they
But the
do.
way in which you show up is what I'm saying is this is how Ashley shows up for these young dancers.
Yeah.
Yes, 2 of them are your daughters, but like this is what you do kind of year round. Obviously there's a ramp up period,
Yeah.
but like that, the way you've always talked about creating a line of loafers, right? Like the things that you do and the way you show up every day is that same premise of social media. Like you're doing it for free, but if these are the things that like you want to be paid for, you have to both continue to do them,
Right.
but also be intentional in like how you do outreach around them. And like, yes, we all want that phone to ring and somebody to be like, I've noticed you wear loafers every day.
Let's design a pair.
Right. But it's thinking about, it's being a little bit more proactive.
Yeah.
With some of these different dreams, not all of
For
them at
sure.
the same time. And I'm saying this to you, I'm saying this to me. You know, I'm sure
No,
that's
you're
part of
right.
like how you're moving forward in the wellness, motherhood, music. You know what I mean? And it's just, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of an epiphany of
No,
having talked to a social media manager a lot this
Right.
year. And just, they tell you to make the content.
That you
These
want
are the
to be paid
themes.
for, right?
Yeah.
But if you think about our connection, my blog, I was not making money from that. I was consistently writing every day, sharing my motherhood experience from a genuine, honest place. It led me to you, led me to a documentary, led us to a friendship, led us to this podcast. So there is a lot of truth in what you're saying, where it's like you just show up and create the things
Yep.
and don't have an immediate expectation. There are people who will make something and there's an immediate reward. You know, they
Yeah.
get cast in a TV show,
It goes
something happened,
viral.
it goes viral.
But also, there are people where it looks like they made something, and here's the reward.
Yes.
I mean, you're not
No,
wrong.
there
That
are people who have
happens
been
too.
working for a
But-
long time
but
and they
we
finally
all-
get seen.
yeah.
But there are those small, rare cases where someone just
Yeah.
shows up and their whole life
Yes.
changes and they're like, I never acted a day in my life and my homeboy told me to try for this play and now I'm in a movie. Like
Yeah.
those things happen. But for most of us, it is the many years of going unseen to the moment where someone finally sees you. But also learning from my mom and knowing like, again, like I said, I don't have a question of my purpose on this earth. So it's not, I have peace in that, right?
Yeah.
It's more so like, okay, how do I monetize my talent?
Yeah.
And that's a different thing, but it doesn't, and it's a different type of stress, right? Because I think there's people who really have no idea who they are in this world and what their purpose is in this world and why they're even on this planet. And I don't always believe that purpose and talent go hand in hand. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just don't believe that. I think sometimes your talent can lead you to your purpose or your purpose can lead you to your talent. And sometimes they're just walking like this the rest of your life, bobbling along, you know?
Yes, and I think that what's interesting is that we're all, I know you don't want me to say it,
What?
but over 40.
I am not over 40.
Okay, 40 and up.
Okay.
We're 40 and up. I'm not trying, like,
You just let me be 40.
you're
Shit.
40. We're all 40 and up. And the reality of that is that
clinging to 39.
I'm 40.
Are you?
Until further notice.
I'm
Yeah,
going
yeah,
to be
she's
41
40.
in 3 days before 2026. And I would just like to be 40 until I'm 41. That's all.
No, I totally get
And
it.
then I'll tell you I'm 41.
I totally get
Okay,
it.
thank
Not
you.
trying to age you. 40 and up. We're 40 and up. And the reality of that means that sometimes there's a pivot. You know what I mean? Like you've been doing something right. And so, wait, that brings me to something I wanted to share with you guys.
Okay, come on behind the back.
Because recently I saw a post on Post 21, which is the Blavity website. Okay, so they were sharing like a list of women that pivoted. Basically, they were doing, and so one, I know you guys love her, Danessa Myricks.
I love Danessa.
So she did not start doing makeup until she was 30.
Wow.
And she was also a single mom at 30. And now at 55, she has the most trending makeup brand at Sephora, which is Danessa Myricks Beauty. Okay.
I love her brand. And
Tiffany
y'all hate me for her.
Alichet, the Budgetnista. So
that?
y'all know Tiffany Alichet, the Budgetnista?
Yes, okay.
So she was a preschool teacher
Oh.
for 10 years before starting her business, Get Good with Money, which is also a book, and it's a good one, Get Good with Money, Tiffany Alichet.
I need that.
Okay, this one I did not know. Deborah Lee joined BET at 32 years old
Oh.
and later became the first female CEO of the network.
How
Yep.
old was she when that happened?
I don't know.
Okay, that matters.
I mean, it
I just kind of want to
does,
know the
but
age of beginning and
That's fair.
peaking.
Okay. Stacey Abrams. So this one too. So Stacey Abrams started her political career at 29. What's funny is that it says after first working as a tax accountant. What's funny is that she also writes romance novels. Like has been doing
She
that.
does?
Mhm. And recently started writing children's books.
I do know the children's book,
know the
but
children's
romance novels is crazy.
Maybe it's not romance novels. It's definitely novels, like adult novels. I don't know. Maybe somebody
Well,
fact
there's
check
only
me.
one thing in an
but
adult novel.
actually, please fact check me because I'm pretty sure it's romance novels. But yeah, because I always thought that was interesting about her during the political career. She's a novelist. I'll put it that way. She's a novelist.
That's wonderful.
As y'all know, Oprah Winfrey didn't become a TV host till she was 30, but obviously we're 40, so you know there's that.
Too late for us.
And then, not for me. Viola did not gain mainstream success until her
Yes,
40s.
do know this.
When she was in Doubt and The Help.
That's wild.
Which is like 2011 was The Help.
like a
and that's
classically
when-
trained actress, too.
Yes. From what, Juilliard? She had a
from Juilliard.
show? And there's several others. Okay, I'm gonna give y'all Felicia Rashad. Okay, so she was in her mid-30s when she played Claire Huxtable.
Really?
After graduating from the illustrious Fine Arts School at Howard University.
So what was she doing in between that time? Was she still acting
Probably
or just
getting
like
little
smaller?
jobs here and there, like
Wow.
Viola, trying to survive. So I just say that to say,
They were past a lot of those ages.
no,
Still ain't made it.
I think the thing that struck me wasn't the accomplishment at a certain age. It was the pivot. It was the fact that a lot of these people weren't even doing any of these things
Yeah.
until 30 and 40. And especially in 2025, I remember when I was in grad school, so I was like 25 years old. And I remember, I'm studying film, but what we were all seeing with social media and all of that was like, there are more jobs that like never existed before now than ever. Like there's just stuff that you just make up and you can get paid for.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously putting your skill and your talent and your strategy and outreach and da-da-da-da-da, but
Girl, people get paid
That's
to eat
just-
on the internet.
Or show their toes.
Show their toes.
If you're into ballet bunions,
if
hit
you're
me up.
into that, not ballet bunions.
Hit me
That's
up.
your new tip from Watermelon Egg Rolls
To ballet-
balletbunions.com. Oh man, hilarious.
I could be rich, child.
But yeah, I just find that fascinating and
No, I do too.
enlightening and what's uplifting. That's the word I was looking for, Cho. Because
I think too, though, I find peace in that. I already told you. I always find peace in that. It just may never work out, and so for me, I say that to myself to say, okay, well, girl, what are you gonna do to be happy now, or find
Sure,
joy now?
that's fair.
That's actually how I find the most peace. I don't want to attach it to like an accomplishment,
Yeah.
or an age, or a specific goal. I just want to fully encompass all the joy that I can every day in any way that I can. And I think that because I am like that, when we do amazing things like have our live show, I anticipate having a attitude change. Like, I'm gonna just feel this jolt of joy, but I don't, because I'm like, I'm already happy. So it's like, this is great,
Yeah.
but it doesn't feel any different than like even with my book, like my journal, it took for 2 years to come out. Like you get this book deal and you're like, I got a book deal. And then they're like, yeah, so you gotta wait 2 years for it to come out, because that's how most books are.
Yeah.
And then by the time it came out, I was like, child, I moved on. Like, I'm glad the book is here, but
that's
I
fair.
found something else to bring me joy. So I think that for me personally, I'm consistently in a state of joy every day. I find something to make me happy. I literally would just sit on the phone and find memes and send them to y'all and send them to Nalo and laugh until I go to sleep.
And
Chia would tell you, I will sit in the room and laugh until I cry at stuff on the internet.
Yes.
And then I'm like, this has been a good day. And I
Well,
will
there's
forget
been
about everything that happened.
Well, there's been enough on the internet that makes you cry in a bad way.
Yes.
So, you know,
Yeah.
you got to find the joy. And I think that that's really it. And again, we talked about that as well. Like finding the wins in the day.
Yeah.
You know, there's always going to be
Yes.
something. This year has definitely, I think, been trying for each one of us in different ways. It's been a really self-reflective year. And I think it's about getting comfortable with self.
Yeah.
It's about getting comfortable with self. And I think that that's what's I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to getting more and more comfortable, familiar with myself, trying new things, seeing what I can create, seeing what I can do, who I can become. And we're even doing that with the podcast.
Yeah.
We're doing that right now. This podcast has now gone from something that people were just listening to in their cars to now they can come and drink wine and throw some ass in a circle on the stage with us. Like, we really brought a live show to people. And I think that, I'll say that, 2025, this, even in all its changes, this podcast has been a really beautiful anchor for me
I agree.
in 2025.
Yeah.
A
Me
point
too.
to come back to, a place of safety, a point of connection with other women, and navigating all of these changes of the things that we feel about life, personally and publicly, with each other.
Yeah.
And that is what has held me down in 2025 as well. So I love you guys, and
I
thank
love
you
you
for that.
too.
I don't know where I would be without the Mama's
Girl,
Den
I don't know where I would be
podcast.
without you two. With or without the Mama's Den, y'all are my sisters, and I love you deeply. So I'm so grateful
you
for our
too.
friendships.
Yes.
Truly. Thank you for bringing us together.
And
Cody
let's go
Cole.
2026.
Yes.
What you got for us? We ready.
Y'all coming to Ohio.
We
gonna
doing
have
a tour
live
in
show
2026. The
We
Mama's
need to
Den
do a
is-
hometown.
The Mama's Den hometown tour.
Tour.
Yes.
Toronto. Are you ready?
Yes.
You ready?
We're gonna
Columbus.
Are we doing Fort Worth or are we doing Dallas?
You know, well, I feel like we're going to end up in Dallas, but I'm going to say Fort Worth for now.
Let's do Dallas.
Actually,
'cause
we
they have
could
a really
do
good
Fort Worth.
hummus place there.
Not the hummus.
It's a restaurant called
It is.
Paradiso. And it is
Don't be shouting out
delicious.
Paradiso. My friends own a restaurant called Malai Kitchen in Dallas.
I'm sorry, we could go to both. I'm here for
I
everybody.
know, I'm just saying, support my people.
Okay,
Equal
Malai
opportunity.
Kitchen.
Malai Kitchen.
Malai
It's a
Kitchen.
Thai restaurant. It's so
Oh,
good.
wait, me and Chia went.
Oh, yeah, didn't y'all?
Yeah, it was good.
I know.
We did. It was good.
They're so good.
It was.
I love them.
Okay.
Hometown
All
tour
right.
2026. Mama's Den.
Toronto, Dallas, Columbus, Ohio.
Fort Worth.
Fort
It's
Worth,
fine,
Dallas.
It's fine. It's
And
fine.
maybe where it all started in LA
Oh, yes. A four-sided tour. I love that. And let's space those out, y'all.
Yes. Ashley is not meant for the road on a back-to-back
I
basis.
am not a road.
Hilarious.
I'm not a roadie bitch. I'm not a roadie bitch. I'm a stay at home. I'll see you in a month, ho.
Well, yeah, we did that.
We did.
It's been a
We did
year,
that.
y'all. It's been a time.
See you guys next year.
Yeah, but
Oh,
in the
my birthday,
interim.
wait.
But in the
turned
interim.
When you
41.
turn
I'm
41.
gonna turn 41.
Yeah.
Well, Coochie Chocolate. That's my birthday.
You know, Coochie Chocolate never sounded so much like Coochie.
Coochie.
It's Coochie Chocolate, Swahili from Kwanzaa, self-determination. It's the second day. Get to know your Black history facts.
Oh, no, we got it. It just sounded like Coochie.
You definitely said coochie.
I said Coochie Chocolate. Y'all
Coochie
wanted me to say
Chocolate.
Coochie.
That's
You know,
just-
you always
Okay,
give her a little
well,
sex
oh my
flavor.
God.
for watching the Mama's Den. You
Yes.
can find us on Instagram and at the Mama's Den podcast,
And-
YouTube,
Yep.
Black Love.
Yep.
Slash
But look up the Mama's Den.
Mama's Den
You gonna see us.
podcast.
Yeah, something like
What's
that.
our email again?
Podcast
Within
us at blacklove.com.
Okay, any other places? In the streets.
In these streets.
In these
In your
streets.
hometown. See y'all.
Not she's up. Where are you going?
Where are you going?
Jesus.
That's the most energy she had all day.
My
Get up and
God.
get the fuck out.
All right.